Prabhu, hope you can see my screen. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu, we can see.
Yes, Prabhu. We'll start with a prayer. Om Agnyanatinasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurmitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurudev Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagaratam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitamscha Sajivam Sadavaitam सह दूतं परिजन सह कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान सह गण ललिता शिविषाम च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्परूप्यस्य कृपा सिन्धु भवेर्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं तदो जयम् उदीर्यते नस्तप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैस्तिके. Today we are going to read from canto number 3, chapter number 4 and slok number 44. This chapter is about renunciation of Kardam Muni. I will read the verse. Nirham kritya niramascha निरद्वंत समदर्शक समदक्ष प्रत्येक प्रशांत धीर धीर प्रशांतो मीर वो दही synonymous nirham kritya without false ego, nirmamah without material affection, cha and nirdvandvaha without duality, Samadarsak, seeing equality. Swadarsh, seeing himself. Pratyeks, turn inward. Prasanta, perfectly composed. Dihi, mind. Dirha, sober, not disturbed. Prasanta, calm. Urmiham, whose waves. Eva, like. Uddatihi, the ocean. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki. Thus, he gradually became unaffected by the false ego of material identity and became free from material affection. Undisturbed, equal to everyone, and without duality, he could indeed see himself also. His mind was turned inward and was perfectly calm in an ocean unagitated by waves, like an ocean unagitated by waves. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. When one's mind is in full Krishna consciousness and one fully engages in rendering devotional service to the Lord, he becomes just like an ocean, unagitated by the waves. This very example is also cited in Bhagavad Gita. One should become like the ocean. The ocean is filled by many thousands of rivers and millions of tons of water. Millions of tons of water evaporates into cloud. Yet the ocean is the same unagitated ocean. The law of nature may work, but if one is fixed in devotional service at the lotus feet of the Lord, he is not agitated, for he is introspective. He does not he does not look outside to material nature, but he looks into the spiritual nature of his existence. With a sober mind, he simply engages in the service of the Lord. Thus, he realizes his own self without false identification with the matter and without affection for the material possession. Such a great devotee is never in trouble with others because he sees everyone from the platform of spiritual understanding. He sees himself and other in the right perspective. Hare Krishna devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to all of you. Of course, this is I'm reading the purports and translation, and I'll be sharing my realization and understanding based on what I have understood and based on what I've heard. And this is it's also only for my purification. So if I say something wrong, please correct me and also help me if I miss anything. So when I read this purport, it started with thus he gradually became. So that made me think that this is kind of a conclusion. So I was reading the previous two verse where and previous to me these three words are the essence of or how to fix our mind on devotional service. If you look at verse number 42, and I know this was talked a couple of days ago, so I won't go in too much detail, but here in verse number 22, Vyas Muni explains, I guess in these three verses, Vyas Muni explains how to fix our mind on devotional service or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the first step that Kadamuni took, he accepted silence as a woe in order to think of the Supreme Person of Godhead. And sometimes when we think about silence, we think of going in a secluded place and things like that. But after reading the purport, definitely understood that here the silence means that he's uh, not thinking or silencing himself from the material uh, matter, but he's definitely he's taking the time and silence to focus on thinking of Supreme Person of Godhead. So that's what, and then also of course takes and he took a shelter, and without association he traveled over the surface of the globe as a sannyasi, devoid of any relationship with fire or mat and shelter. And here, as the purport says, a fire means fire we need for cooking so that we can feed prasadam to us, and a shelter means having a home or something. So basically, he took a vow of silence, thinking for Krishna, and definitely following the renounced order of life as the sannyasi. And then in the next sloka, he does something else. Then he, after taking silence, he fixed his mind on Supreme Person of Godhead, who is Parabrahma, and who is also beyond cause and effect, who manifests the three modes of material nature, but he is still beyond those three modes and who is perceived only through unfailing devotional service. So that's the two step he took, and because he took this two step, he was he gradually became unaffected by false ego of material identity and became free from material affection, undisturbed, equal to everyone, and without duality. Means this to me this verse is so fully loaded. I mean, it's undisturbed, equal to everyone, and without duality. He could indeed see himself. Now he is seeing himself, and his mind was turned inward and was perfectly calm like an ocean unagitated by the waves. As it is said in the purport that like ocean has a lot of river flowing into it, and millions of tons of water is getting evaporated every day, but still it is unagitated. And similarly, in our life, we have so many things going on in our life, and definitely we get very easily agitated by any small things happening to our body or our family or our nation, and so many things, and we get so agitated. And a main reason for this, according to these three purport, is that definitely because our mind is not fixed on the devotional service of Supreme Person of Godhead, and That's even when we are, as I was thinking of myself, even when I'm practicing devotional service, I still feels that I'm still not connected to Krishna, as I have, I'm reading from Bhagavatam. And even when I'm trying to do my service, I have so many desire. If I get this, if I get that, if other devotee does this, then I will be able to do my devotional service. There are so many desire. It's nothing wrong to have desire in the devotional service, because you are trying to please devotee, or you're trying to please Krishna himself. But if we get attached to those desires, that's when it becomes, because our bhakti becomes kind of more in a mode of ignorance. Because once Krishna fulfill one desire, then we will expect that our other desire will also get fulfilled. And of course Krishna will fulfill our as many desire, and then one day he will test us and he will not fulfill our desire. And that's where we'll become uh, either upset or frustrated, and sometime may think of giving up devotional service, because my desire was not fulfilled by this devotee or that devotee, or it was not done this way or that way. So what I'm understanding from this, that it is very important to fix our mind on Krishna, without any attachment. Even in our devotional service, we should not have attachment. We should be fulfilling our duty without any desire, or without expecting anything. We should be doing it with whatever is given to us by Krishna and by devotee, or in case of temple, what is given to us by temple. Because moment we try to deviate from our devotional service because things are not perfect, to me, I feel that will not help me with my devotional service. So that is one thing that I realized from this verse, and the other two verse that we have been talking about. It says that law of nature will work, but if our mind is fixed on devotional service and at the lotus feet of Lord, then we won't be easily agitated by things that are not according to our desire, or any other disturbance that may come in our devotional service. And other thing, of course, it helps is it help us introspect. It will help us introspect, because now we are calm and sober mind, so we think, okay, what can I do, and what can I do better in situation that I am in with what I have. And the other thing he says, thus he's realized his own self without false identification with the matter, and without identification for material possession. Such a devotee is never in trouble with others. Because, and the other thing it talks about, that when you have mind is fixed on Krishna, and when a lot of things comes that are not favorable, uh, it also doesn't just help us with calming down ourselves, but it also helps improve our understanding and relationship with other devotees and even other human beings. Because now we are looking everything at the spiritual platform with the right perspective. So I found this word so much meaningful, and definitely I have so many things was going on in my head when I was reading this verse and the purport. Of course, I am not able to explain everything I was reading, or I wanted to explain. Uh, but uh, but but what I'm trying to say is that devotional service is very difficult. Even though we may be following four regulative principle, we may be chanting 16 round. It is, for me, it is very easy to get distracted and start desiring so many things to do my devotional service. And this was definitely opened my eyes that Lord of Krishna, this is all Krishna trying to test me, test my patience, test my devotion, test my surrender for Him. And He's the one who is playing with my mind and throwing all kind of waves and all kind of uh, material attraction or material desire And of course, I'm sure he's doing this to make me better in my devotional services. So that is one thing that I think I learned from this verse. Uh, so that's all I had to say today. But definitely, I would like all of you or some of you, if you want to share something that I miss or something I said incorrectly, please share. Uh, I know we have Gopal Hari Prabhu and Kiran Mataji and Panduran Gopal Prabhu and Amala Bhakti Mataji. As if you have any things you want to share or add to what I said, that would be greatly benefit me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I am actually very, very inspired by you giving the Bhagavatam class, like presenting it. And I'm just seeing how seriously you are focused on your sadhana. Like, you're progressing in a very steady way. So that's very encouraging to me. Um, and yeah, it's an eye opener by what you said in today's um, discussion that, Krishna sends, like you said, when something not right happens in our life and we get so disturbed, that actually shows how much we need to focus on our sadhana, because these things should not affect us. And we know why Krishna sends us these moments, but we still get disturbed with it. So I think it's a learning thing that yes, we need to focus and be steady and not get affected by, these things that go on in our day to day life. So thank you, Prabhuji. Very inspiring.
Yes, thank you. And I'll just share this one example that happened to me this weekend. Of course, as you know, I'm part of the fundraising team, and I'm asked to lead the fundraising team and raise around $2 or $3 million this year. And of course, Gaur Purnima is coming up, and I was thinking how to raise enough fund this Gaur Purnima. And of course, I asked our I won't name anybody, but I asked the people that I should given some time to speak about Gaur Purnima and different sponsorship opportunity we have, so that people who are coming to temple, of course, on WhatsApp group we send all the flyers and different things. So I was hoping that WhatsApp group people who are on WhatsApp, they will know, but there are a lot more people come in on Sunday. They are not on WhatsApp. So I wanted some time to talk about it during the Sunday feast, and of course, uh, I say names. I didn't say anything. Premananda Mataji and Ganganayan Prabhu. I don't know if they're on call or not, but they said they don't have time. It's too many announcements. So basically, they told me no. So I replied back to them that I'm very disappointed with their thought process and thinking. And that to me, that I felt that was a eye opener for me. Krishna sent me this verse to think about it. That I had, even though I was trying to do my service for the temple, I desire that they give me some time to talk about it, which they did. Even though they no, they found a way to give me some time that day. But I have to be very careful when things doesn't go my way. I have to not get disappointed, which I was not disappointed, but I should have got the message that it is something Krishna is trying to tell me. But anyway, uh, just that happened recently. So I'm trying to go back every day and introspect that what I may have done or said, and see is helping my bhakti or not. Because I also recently last week, a couple of weeks ago, I got an argument with one of the devotee in India, and we're arguing that, of course, something he was doing, something I was doing, and we're both questioning each other intention. What is our purpose of doing what we are doing? And then he asked me this question: uh, Is this helping you in your bhakti? And I realized that it was not helping me in my bhakti. So he said, then why you are wasting your time on this kind of nonsense? So that was another eye opener for me. That everything that we may say, we may do, we should at least introspect and see is it helping with our sadhana. If it is not, then we should not give too much thought. So sorry for sharing too many things, but
No,
and
no, that's helpful, Prabhuji. But also at the same time, I feel, when your intention is right, whatever you're trying to do, and, you're focused on that. If others have a different opinion, it's still okay for us to discuss it out and see what's right and what's not right. So that's how I look at it. Like, if the desire is something to please Krishna, then we are not doing wrong, but at the same time we have to keep the things in perspective, like what's going
yeah,
on around us. Yeah.
thank you, everyone. Please pray for me and please guide me wherever you see me going wrong direction. Please don't hesitate. Because definitely my mind is still not fully focused and can get distracted easily. And thank you everyone for your help and support throughout my journey. I greatly appreciate it. With that, we'll conclude this class. वाञ्छाकल्परूप्यस्य कृपा सिंधु पतिता नाम पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमो अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. You have a nice and blessed Krishna conscious day. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare